EPA's purpose is to enforce environmental laws to protect human health and the environment and work to ensure agreement with environmental requirements and, when warranted, will take civil or criminal enforcement action. Their goals are to attack pollution problems in communities to make them into a healthier environment. Vital civil and criminal enforcement that targets the serious water, air, and chemical hazards advance environmental justice by protecting susceptible communities. One of EPA's greatest goals is to conquer keeping water as clean as possible. The Clean Water Act Action Plan works with permitting to focus on the biggest pollution problems, such as getting rid of raw sewage in the water, clearing pollution from animal waste, lessen polluted stormwater runoffs, guarantee unsoiled drinking water for all communities, and cleaning up the waters that matter to communities such as important lakes, rivers, and so on. Another major goal is to have cleaner air. To do so, the EPA plans on cutting down on toxic air pollution in communities as much as possible and reducing air pollution from large sources, such as coal, fire-powered plants, cement, acid, and glass sectors. Under the Clean Air Act, EPA sets restrictions on certain air pollutants, including setting restrictions on how much can be in the air all over the United States. This act gives EPA the authority to give limitations on emission of air pollutants coming from places like chemical plants, utilities, and steel mills. A single state or tribe may have tougher air pollution laws, but they cannot have weaker pollution limitations than those set by EPA. To help keep climates controlled, the EPA are promising agreement with the Greenhouse Gas Reporting Rule, boosting greenhouse gas discharge reductions through settlements, and targeting energy sector agreement with air, water, and waste rules. EPA's main concern is for the people of the world's safety. One of the main ways they try to protect people is by protecting them from hazardous chemicals. The things they do to help protect them are avoid releases of harmful chemicals that threaten the public or the environment's health, press for cleanup of dangerous sites and communities, reform chemical management enforcement, and lessen the use of pesticides. Regulations are required necessities that can relate to individuals, business, state or local government, nonprofit institutions, or others. Congress passes the laws that govern the United States, but they also approve EPA and other federal agencies to help put those laws into effect by making and imposing regulations. It brings them to enhanced methods, measurements, and models to evaluate and foresee exposures of humans and ecosystems to unsafe environmental stressors. These stressors can contain chemical pollutants, microbes and pathogens, physical agents, and processes such as revision of wildlife habitat. It even gives the foundation for the development of approaches to decrease these exposures and protect human health and the environment. What the EPA is trying to get across is that a little help could go a long way. They just want us to help out recycle, use less water in houses, just little things like that. Like turn the water off when you brush your teeth, or reuse the water in the sink when you're doing the dishes, even maybe time your showers. But they also want you to know that a little damage could go a long way. Like the plastic that you could recycle, when it goes into the trash, it gets thrown into the garbage dumps and birds pick it up and then it kills animals. It could get into waterways and kill sea creatures too. So they just want you to keep in mind what the effect you could have on the environment.